Hey folks, how you doing? Or should I say, welcome to the Breakfast Club, I guess. I'm Robert Wallace. I have been asked to provide a video to be parachuted in case they need a random video to drop in if somebody can't show up. And when I was asked to do that, I'm like, great, man. I can do that. I'm all filler, no chiller. We can get this shit happening, right? So I was asked to provide something that would be generic / non-topical, because we don't know when you're going to see this. Right now, it's beginning of November, beautiful November weather out. Trees aren't completely done doing their tree thing. Rain's coming down at a perfect angle. For all I know, you're going to be seeing this in July. So how do I go about doing something that's non-topical? I don't know when you're going to see it. And I thought about that for a little bit, because I said, I got a couple ideas, and I'm like, you know what? Here's one thing that's been kind of bothering me. A few years back, Gingergreek 777 did a video where he was wondering, or not wondering, but declaring that Facebook is destroying marriages. And I responded to his video at the time saying, no, Facebook isn't destroying marriages, selfishness is. And I went on to describe how being selfish is what destroys a marriage. I stand by that 100%. It really is. Whenever you think of yourself ahead of your partner, that's going to destroy your marriage. You can't do that. You always have to think of your partner first. And then if your partner is always thinking of you first, that's the way a relationship works really well. Things work good on that, right? But I've been thinking about it over the intervening years. Much of our problems that we see in society today are essentially, they're extensions of selfishness. I mean, you look at a lot of our problems we have economically, and granted, I'm speaking mostly for the United States because it's what I know, right? You look at what our situation. Most of the money has gone to the top 1%, and if you're really gonna split hairs, it goes to the top 1% of the top 1%. They have almost all their money in our country, right? And we're looking at where they're about to do another tax thing where their response to everything is, let's cut taxes. Let's give rich people tax breaks. Which works out great for the rich people because then the rich people get to have even more money. And they love that, and they lobby for it. They even went to the court with the Citizens United in 2010 to say money is free speech. So they could use their free speech money to buy the free speech to get them even more tax breaks, more subsidies, more everything, so they can get more of everything. All at the same time in our country, our roads and our bridges are falling apart. We have dams that are ready to collapse. And they're going, we'd love to fix them, but we don't have any money. What do we do about this? I know. Let's give rich people tax breaks. That's selfishness. Their selfishness of wanting their money is harming society. But it goes farther than that. You look at the sex scandals that have been happening. Various producers and celebrities, and by the time you see this video, there may be a whole new crop of producers and celebrities that are in sex scandals, and the ones that are in sex scandals now are the ones that were in sex scandals, last year or the year before, the year before. And the fact of the matter that people in these situations, whether they're celebrities or not, is because they're thinking of themselves as opposed to other people. Their victims, if you will, are simply objects for them to be used for their own personal pleasure. It is selfishness that drives sexual assault, whether it be for a producer getting a starlet to do whatever, or a parent to a child, a boss to an employee, whatever. The perpetrator of this is being selfish, and they are causing harm. You have people, we need health care in our country. Nobody wants to give up universal health care in our country because, socialism, and I would have to pay taxes, and that's my money. It's mine. I own it. It is selfishness that is keeping people from getting health care. More importantly, health care is so expensive because pharmaceutical companies and other healthcare companies, they got to give their profits, and they got to give multi-million-dollar bonuses to their CEOs, CFOs, CEs, whatever. It is selfish. Look at Shekarelli or whatever the fuck the guy's name is. Bought this stuff. There's this one drug that is the only thing that works for people with a certain disease. Let's knock it up 700-800%. What are they going to do? Die? They'll pay whatever we want. It's selfishness that drives this. You look at the land wars we have all across the country. It is selfishness that is driving these things. You even look at our religion. The gods that we have created, for those that believe in gods, are just like us. They're selfish. Love me, love only me, or I'll punish you forever. The most popular religion in our country, one of the most popular religions in the world. All the Abrahamic religions, basically, most of the world's populations likes a God that is selfish. Love me, or I'll punish you forever. I mean, that's one of the ways we know that human beings created God, because God is just like us in so many ways. Selfishness is the root of evil. Selfishness is what we are doing to destroy the world around us. Selfishness is going to cause our extinction. Now, I understand evolutionarily, when we started up, living in trees and whatnot until the creation of civilization 6,000 years ago, we're talking hundreds of thousands of years of time, being selfish actually kept us alive. You're not going to perpetuate your species and get your genes passed along by sacrificing yourself to save somebody else. Selfishness kept us alive, kept us to the point where we could create the society that we now currently live in today. But intellectually, technologically, we have got to the point where selfishness is now a detriment to our species. We need to actually go beyond our creation of society, our creation of gods, our creations of everything ourselves, and learn how to step beyond ourselves and stop harming ourselves with the selfishness. It was good once upon a time. It helped us perpetuate our genes, but now it is a detriment. Now, selfishness is the root of all evil. Whether people are committing murder because how dare you disrespect me, how dare you keep money from me, take money from me, mess with my wife, that is all selfishness. Murder, rape, I care about my personal pleasure ahead of you, period. You are an object. It is selfish. Robbery, I care about your possessions more than I care about you. I'm going to take it for mine. It is selfishness. Everywhere we look, when we see harm in society, if you really think about it, it is selfishness that's perpetuating this harm. We need to learn how to look above ourselves, how to think of other people ahead of ourselves. And that is a difficult thing to do, but it is the only way we are going to survive as a species, is to think about our other fellow human beings ahead of ourselves. Had to have that. Anyways, so that's about the best I hope pop in. I hope that actually provided somebody to think. I hope somebody's got an argument against that, because maybe I'm oversimplifying. I don't know. Anyways, that's what I got. I'm going to see if this is good enough for all of you. For those of you stuck around, thank you for your time. I suppose I should come up with a different sign-off for anything done for the Breakfast Club. So for those of you stuck around, don't fuck your sister. Have a day.